Well, hello, this is Rosa, rcgkreations. How you doing? We're bringing to you, I'm going to be making a pie. Not from scratch. Now, the pie crust I made, I did the top and a layer, bottom. I actually made like 6 pie crust, and we had it from another function. But I am going to be using, I need to hurry up and use my jars of canned goods before they expire. I've already rolled out my bottom pie crust. I'm trying to say, what is this? What am I doing? I try to make pretty circles, but they don't work. It just doesn't happen. Okay. So I flattened it out. My pie crust. Now I'm going to put it in my little pie pan. Okay. I'm going to leave the excess out for right now. I'm not going to worry about it. Well, I'm going to take off this extra excess because I've got another one over here for the top pie crust. So let me take that part off. Oh. I'm not really so worried about looking at this because I'm going to use my little tool. I got this little pastry tool that I'm going to use to make it pretty. I'm taking this to a little function I'm going to tomorrow night. Hey, look, I'm not wearing no apron. We'll see. Because this is going to be pretty much pretty clean cut. Not much at all. So I don't think I'm going to get too dirty, but you never know. Now what you want to do is you set your oven, 425. You're going to cook it for about 15 minutes. Then you're going to turn down your heat to 375, and then you're going to bake it for 35 minutes. If anybody knows, can you post in the comments why is there such a difference in pie? I'm totally new at this. I have no idea. So that's why I'm asking. If you could put on there why do it for 15 minutes at 425, then reduce the heat for 375. What does that do? I tried to research it, couldn't find it. But if you could let me know, that would be great. Appreciate that. Okay, so that's pretty much my crust. We're good to go here. I think we're fine. I don't really want it too sunken in there. Now it says to just I already opened up my jar, my can, and pour your fruit, whatever it is that you're using. We're using cherries. Okay, nothing left in there. Oh, I forgot my spoon. I had a spoon. I know I had a spoon, but I guess not. My oven's already preheating, so this should not take very long. I have another can just in case, but I don't think we're going to need another can. Because I don't want it to be overflowing. Because the pie crust is going to swell a little bit. Okay. Yep, I think one pie crust, one jar was more than enough. Now let's set this to the side. What we're going to do is we're going to roll out this top crust, and then we're going to use this little lattice tool that I got. It's plastic, but basically you roll out your dough, you push down on it, and it makes the little holes for you. So let's get to rolling on that part. This should be enough because I kind of eyeballed it a little bit. Let me get myself some more flour to put on my mat, my pastry mat. And I'm hoping this one really turns out into a circle shape like it's supposed to. Let me put some flour on my rolling wheel. I know I've seen people do this. I don't know why they do it, but I've just seen them do it. So I'm going to do it because I've done a lot of reading, a lot of video watching, a lot of internet searching, and a lot of people say you want to move your pie around. You want to move it around, but you don't want to move it around too much. And I really do want to make this nice and round, which is the reason why I got this type of pastry sheet, so this way I can stay and roll my dough out into the shape that I need and the size that I need. The guides are really helping me a little bit here, which is good. And I know you want to roll it thin, but not so thin that you can see right through it. And let me pick this up a little bit. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me get myself just a little bit more flour so I can roll this part out. Okay, I think we're pretty much done. It's pretty level. From what I've told, of course, don't look at my... Let me bring you down so you can see. It's not a perfect little shape, circle. But you know, like I said, I'm brand new at this. I'm learning. And we'll see what we can do. Now let me get my... I got some little tools I'm going to look at. So I'm going to press down. I'm going to put this... Well, actually, that did pretty good. That actually turned out really good. And it says you push down on it. And it makes the indentions. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give me a butter knife. And I'm going to cut that around so I don't have so much excess. Because this size is the size of that. So let's do this. I'm just going to cut this dough. I'm just going to cut all the way around the little plastic lattice tool. And I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure in there. Okay. Now let me finish making these. I don't want to move this out in case I'm wrong. Okay, so I think that's done. I was going to say, I thought I saw some dough that got stuck in the thing, but it didn't. Oh, okay. So these little, take this little pinch. I'm just pinching these off. From what I saw, I didn't, they never showed you, none of the website showed you. I got this at Amazon on how to take these little squares off. So I'm just pinching them off. Oops. And you can definitely tell where I pressed, it got a good indentation, but the center one did not. So let's go back in, but let's take these off first, because I know these work good. I put enough weight in there that it cut the dough pretty good. It separated the dough. Okay, so let's go back. Let's put this back where it was. So you do have to put a lot of pressure so it cuts the dough. Okay, let's see if that worked. Oh, there's a little dough right there. Okay, yep. Put more pressure, especially in the center. You can see where I went and did this again. But that's okay. People know I'm not a baker. I'm learning. But I'm not there. I'm not even close. So, I'm just taking all these little pieces out. Oops. Oh, my oven's getting ready. Let me use my butter knife. Okay. Okay, my oven's ready. We're just about ready too. Those are not pretty little squares, but you know what? I'm good to go with that. I'm okay. My friends know I'm new at this. Okay. So now let's pick up the dough. Very carefully. I don't want nothing to break. That's why I remember them saying, make sure your surface is pretty well floured so it doesn't stick. Okay. Now I'm going to put this right on top because you've only got one chance to lay it down. See that? Now I'm going to pinch the edges. So they don't come apart while it's baking. All right. I think it's working out okay. I'll push that over so it'll expand anyway when it's baking. I'm just trying to get this off the edges so I can pinch the two pieces of the bottom crust and the top crust together. So 420, I think it's 4. I will put a pop-up and then actually the recipe will be in the description box with the temperature and all that time frame. Recipe and directions, but this is so easy. And no, this is not totally made from scratch. My pie crust is made from scratch, but that's all. And sometimes, you know, you just got to do what you got to do. Because I said I would bring up some dessert, and I saw my pantry, and I needed to hurry up and get rid of this jar. I've got another 2 more months before it expires. And as far as I know, I don't have any more functions I got to go to that would require me to do this. Okay, now I'm going to get me a little bit of milk. They said if you put brush on milk, it gives it a pretty coating. I've always thought about egg wash, but it said milk, so that's what I'm going to do. You don't need very much. So I got my little pastry brush. And I'm just going to put this on the dough. Nowhere else. kind of tricky to get this in the areas that the holes are at. Because I don't want to spit a whole bunch of milk inside the filling. But I do want to make sure that all the dough gets crusted, gets coated, it's not crusted, gets coated with this milk product. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, that works for that one. Pop it in the oven. I'll bring you back. We're not going to do a taste test because this is for a party, but you'll be able to see the finished product. Okay, we'll bring you back. Okay, we are back. I've got another, the pies in the oven. I got another one coming. But I wanted to show you this little pastry tool. It's got two little ridges in it. And what you do, again, don't pay attention to my circle because it's not a circle. But what it does is it cuts your dough. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but look, it makes it into little strips. So guess what we're going to get to do? We're going to get to make a lattice weave for this next little pie crust. Now, of course, it's not going to be pretty because it's going to be my first one. Okay. I think the dough's a little too hot. It's a little too soft. But let me I want to get one in the middle here. So you get the long pieces, and those go on the middle of your pie. So you have plenty of room. Let me get another one over here on this edge because I need some that are not so in the dead center of my dough. These smaller ones, like this one, I didn't cut it right. Got to put enough pressure on here. I didn't do that. Okay, I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it. It is what it is. I'm not going to sweat it. Okay, let's put these on here now. Put this one on there. I don't need another big one. But I am putting equal pressure, and it's cutting right through. That's good pie filling. Okay. Oh, there's a piece of one. Here's another big long one, which we need to put right in here. Okay, I need another long one, not as long as that one, but long. You know, I'm going to go this way. Oh, here's a piece of pie crust that got stuck to the wheel. So you want to put the edge of the pie crust on the outside of the dough, so you get a good even cut. But see, this is the edge of the pie crust, but I don't want a really long piece right here. Okay, now I did watching some videos on how to do the lattice work, and I'm going to attempt it, but I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, because what you do, you have to push some of this back, which is what I should have done. I should have laid it all the way down first. Okay, I'm not going to mess with that one. So here's one edge. Put this one over, and I'm going to overlap it back. Put this one over, overlap it back. This one over, overlap it back. I'm putting it right back on top of that other dough so it doesn't get any of the filling on top of it. So this one is a tedious job, this one here, but it'll work. Okay, so now we need another long one. I am applying pressure, so I would say these are definitely a win-win. And these are, of course, you gotta go straight because look at that. It's not an even cut, but oh well, it is what it is. So go over that one, and back, maybe back and lay back onto the dough. Here, then go back. Here, and then go back. Here, and then I'm just going to let that overhang. Okay, so now I need one that's not so long. I'm just going to use this. Just because can. Okay, see that one's a pretty one. Practice, practice, practice. Remember we used to tell our kids that? Practice, practice, practice. Okay, over that. And back on the dough, over and then back, whoop, over and then back, over and then back, over and then back. And I'm just going to pinch because this is extra long, this little edge over here, because you're going to pinch the edges anyway once you're done with that. So now let's get this part. Here's just a little smaller one. No, we're going to save that one. That's too small. I can use it. I got another one over here because I went ahead and finished up the other can just because that can was expiring. So I'm going to go ahead now that I've cut that. Okay. Going to overlap it here. Overlap that one. This one. This is totally almost the end of my pie. And then I'm good to go right here. I'm going to cut this part off. Okay, so now that's part of it. See that? So now let's do this part. There's got to be an easier way so you don't get the pie filling on the... I wonder if anybody knows, please post in the comments. Can you do this lattice work on the empty area and then move it over here without it falling apart? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. So if anybody knows if you could do that, let me know. And then if you could let me know how to do that, which is the best way to do it, that would really be helpful for Mike. I've always loved a lattice work pie. I have just loved the look of it. I've always... Whenever we go anywhere to a function, I'm always going straight to the lattice work pie. That's just something that I do. Okay, so go back, then go back, and then overflow it. Go back, and then overflow it. Go back, over that. Oop, that kind of stuck to the gel. Oh well, it is what it is. One more. Oh, that pie smells, I can start to smell it. The one that's already in the oven. Okay. Pinch this one off. Push that one back. Oh, not all the way. I'm getting my fingers all sticky with the filling. Oh, it kind of works. I'm trying to hurry this up, and you can't. This is a project that you have to take your time. Okay, so let's do this little one right here. Put this one right there. Push that one back. Now we have this one that's already cut. Oh, that's not long enough. I still need a long one. This tool is comfortable. It's easy to use. And I love the shape, the width. It's perfect for my hand. I think even a male who has bigger hands would appreciate this wheel, this little pastry wheel. Okay, now let's go over and under, over and under, over on this. Oops, I don't want it all the way over. That one, that one. Let's go ahead and put this one here on the edge. And then that's going to go over this one and under that one. Over this one. Over that one. And that's the edge. Okay. Oh, I missed a spot over here. I could see I missed it. Let's put this little guy over here. So here's this guy here. So he's going to go over and under. Over and under. Over and under. Okay. Not pretty, but not so bad for my first one. So now I'm just going to pinch this. I need napkins. Oh, I have a napkin right here. My extra stash of napkins. Okay. I'm just going to pinch the edges together and then tuck it over here. This is not really a pie pan, it's a cake pan. But I'm going to put this on a piece of parchment, on a cookie sheet, so if I have any overflow, I don't have a big mess I have to clean up. You just want to pinch the edges so as it bakes, it doesn't come apart. We want it to look like it's one solid piece. I've always admired those who know how to bake pies. But like a lot of ladies have told me, it's practice, practice, practice. And I'm going to practice a little bit more now that I have all these little tools. I've actually had these tools for over a year. I've just been too chicken to use them. But I'm going to start using them now because it's not as scary as I thought. Let me put my, just got my hand on that jelly. Let's just go ahead and put this milk whitewash. I'm just going to put it on the crust, or as much as I can get it on the crust. I've only got like a minute left before that other pie is ready. But it's not going to be totally ready. I'm doing it to double check it so I can put my pie cover on it if it gets too toasty. Because I still have another 20 minutes for it to be totally done. Because it takes anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes to cook per pie. Now these are smaller. I'm thinking these are big. But I'm putting 2 of them at the same time in the oven. I'm just trying to get milk coated on all these pieces of dough. That's all I'm doing right now. And I'm waiting for my timer to go off. Okay, I think we're done on this part. Let me put my milk in the fridge before I get to that pie. Oh, actually, I'm okay. But let's take this over here so I have room to work. And I'm going to do the other pie, and I'll do that later. And then this pie is the one we will do the taste test on. So we'll bring you back when we come to the taste test. Okay, we're back. It's starting to get a little toasty on the top part, but I got one of these little silicone covers for your pie. From what it says, it's an adjustable one, and it covers the edge so the edge doesn't get overly brown. Perfect. I think we're good. Put it back in the oven and we'll be back. Okay, we are back. There's my 2 pie crust. And here's the first one that we made. Right down there. Of course, a little wobbly, but look how pretty. Oh yeah, of course, don't pay attention to this part. Okay, so just don't pay attention to that part right there. But the rest of it turned out pretty good. Of course, I had some oozing. But again, like I said, I'm just learning to do this. Bear with me, I'm sorry I'm moving my camera around. And I'm going to pause you for just a second. Okay, we're back. This is my take on using this plastic container to cut out the lattice work to save yourself a lot of headache versus the manual kind that I did on those 2 pie plates using my little pastry item, which is very handy. It really works. But for time saves, this is the way to go. But for practicing and making things pretty, this is the way to go. So anyway, okay, it's been out for a while. This is my take on pie crust accessory tools to help make your pie baking go a little bit smoother. Thank you so much for watching. Well, take care. Have a good one. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching.